Okay, hello ladies and gentlemen. I'm making this follow-up video to what we did on Tuesday. However, hopefully, well, you're viewing this on the Wednesday folder because a lot of what we did on Tuesday as far as accessing OneNote and the like is going to be necessary for you to do what we're going to be doing on Wednesday. And so, although I'm not going to do everything here that we're going to do on Wednesday, it is going to be an intro to how we do our warm-ups in this class so that you can be ready to go on Wednesday. So before that, let me review how to access your OneNote, especially if you've never accessed it before. That's how I'm going to begin. And so obviously, let me share my screen and let's go to Schoology. So by now you should be familiar with how to go to Schoology. Okay, if you don't remember, or if you're using a different device than what you normally do, you can always go to episd.schoology.com and make sure you spell it correctly. That is episd.schoology.com. And that'll take you to your classes, I believe, and then obviously click on the math class, and then that'll take you to my main page. You're going to scroll down, and the first thing you need to do is you need to go to Office 365. So you're going to click there, and doing so, that should open up a new tab. And I believe you should be logged in already. If not, it's the same login as what you used for Schoology. Having clicked here, next, you are going to click on Outlook, which is your email. Again, this is only if you have not accessed your OneNote before. So we're going to click on Outlook. And again, that should open up a new tab. Now this is your email address. And now one of your first email, obviously this is my email, but one of your first emails sent to you should be titled SharePoint app. So let me zoom into this. It should say SharePoint app and then something else. And so you want to click on that one. And this is very important because if you cannot find that email, then you need to let me know because I may have to re-add you to the class. And so again, we're going to click on SharePoint app. And by doing so, that should bring up a screen something like this. Okay, it's going to say SharePoint at shared a file with you, and then it's going to have an option here. It should say your period, like it might say first period math Lugo, or if you're in second period math Lugo, third, fourth, fifth, sixth period math Lugo. You want to click on that. Okay, I'm not going to click on it because this is a different link, but for you guys, you will click on there, and once you do so, it should take you to so as soon as you click that, it should take you to a similar list. It's only going to have one class for you, though. So for you, you would click. So if you are on first period, it should say first period math Lugo. So you're going to click on that, and that should open your OneNote. Obviously, my OneNote looks a little bit different than yours, but it's going to look something like this. Especially, it's going to have like first period or second period, whatever period you're in, and then under that, you should be able to see a couple folders, and then you should see your name. And so let's just say that your name was, this is actually a teacher, so Michael Mendoza. Let's just suppose that that was your name. And it should say OneNote rules, and that's pretty much it. So when you click your name, you should see 4 folders: class notes, warm-ups, classwork, skills quizzes. It might be in a different order, but you should have those 4 folders. So what we did in class, if you remember, is that we clicked on classwork, and what I had you do was at the very top of that, I had you type in your name. So in this case, this teacher would have put Michael Mendoza. And that was pretty much it. And then I asked you to maybe draw and pick a marker color and then just kind of mess around with it just so that you can get used to doing that. You can also put text, Mr. Lugo, or whatever. And so that is OneNote. Now, once you access OneNote, you don't have to go through that whole process to access it again. In fact, it becomes a lot easier. And so let me show you how to do that. So anytime you want to relaunch OneNote, now that you've opened it, it's actually quite simple. You just go again, you go to Schoology. That is our home base. That's usually where we're going to start everything. Being here on Schoology, I'm going to click on Office 365. And this time, I don't have to go to my email. I'm going to go directly to my OneNote, which we can see right over here. Just go to OneNote, click on that, and that should open it on a new tab. Click on your period, and there you are. You are now in OneNote. Just click on your name here on the left side. So again, your name will always be somewhere over here on this left side column. I think it's going to be like the third or fourth tab. Click on your name, and then you'll be able to click on wherever you need to go. So that is OneNote. That is OneNote. So now that we're here on OneNote, again, I'm going to be using Michael Mendoza's or Mr. Mendoza's notebook as a template or as an example for you. On Wednesday, when you come to class, we're going to open OneNote and we're going to go to the warm-ups folder. And being here on warm-ups, there should only be one, but you'll see a folder that says week 1. So again, I'm clicking. Give me 1 second. So we clicked on the warm-up folder, and then we're going to click on week 1. I can't even talk right now. Warm-ups, and then week 1. Having done so, you're going to see that there's a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. There is no Friday. We won't do warm-ups on Friday. And so today being Wednesday, we're going to work on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Normally, we would just do the Wednesday one, but I want to teach you how to do the warm-ups. So we're going to begin with week 1, Monday. All right. Now, guys, I don't want you to get ahead. I don't want you to be like, oh, well, here are all the warm-ups for the week. Let me just go ahead and do them. No, this is what we're going to be doing at the beginning of class. As soon as you come to class, as soon as I say, okay, get started on your warm-ups, you're going to have about 3 to 5 minutes to work on these on your own. And the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to read it. And you are going to notice that there's 2 different problems, okay? There are 2 different problems. There's a word problem right here. So that is a word problem. And then there is a skills portion down here. That is a second problem, okay? So it's usually going to be a warm-up. The warm-up is usually going to be a word problem followed by a skills portion, which is going to be like adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing something. It's going to be pretty simple usually. Okay, so you'll do those on your own. You'll use this space right here to work maybe the warm-up, the word problem, and then you can use this space down here to work on the skills. And then you're going to put your answer for the problem up here, and you're going to put the answer for the skills right here. After the 5 minutes are up, we're always going to go back and do this together. And so I'm going to do the Monday here in this recording, and then when we go to class, we're going to do Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday all together. Okay, so at the end of it, I would ask one of you guys to read it, so I'm going to read it. So it says, Amber saved a total of $3.20 over 5 weeks. She saved the same amount of money each week. How much money did Amber save each week? And so the first thing that we would do, ladies and gentlemen, is that we want to mark the important information. And I'm going to ask you to not use red, because red is going to be what I use to mark on your papers. And so you can use, for this, let's use, I don't know, let's use blue. Blue's fine. Okay, so what I'm going to do is that I'm going to circle all the numbers that I see. Okay, so Amber saved a total of 3.20, which is $3.20. And then we have a 5 right here, which is for the 5 weeks. And I don't really see any other numbers, not really. Anyways, so once I circle a number, I want to underline the unit of that number, like 3.2 what? What's $3.2, right? $3.20. And that is money. 5 what? 5 pies, 5 pizzas, 5 hot dogs. As you can see, I'm hungry. 5 weeks. So I'm going to underline 5 weeks. Let's keep reading. She saved the same amount of money each week. Each is like a number 1. So each what? Each week. So remember, each means 1. So for 1 week. Good. And do we have any other important information? We know that it was a total of $3.25. So that's important. And she saved the same amount each week. Okay, so I didn't circle those because those are not numbers, but it's just important information. Okay, Now, what I want you to do is to bracket the question. We want to put the question in bracket. How much money did Amber save each week? That's important. Okay. So we know that over a period of 5 weeks, so let's say, and this is how I would solve this problem. I'm actually going to use pictures. So let's say that this represented week 1. So that's the first week. This is the second week. Pretend like this was a calendar and I'm looking at the calendar, so each of those days. So that's those first 7 days is 1 week, second 7 days, third, fourth week, and we have a fifth week. And I don't know how much I saved each of those weeks, but I know that on the first week that in all the weeks together, I saved a total of, or Amber saved a total of $3.20. Okay. Now I want to know how much she saved each week. So I know how much was the total that she saved for all 5 weeks, but I want to know how much for each one of those weeks. So really what I'm doing is I'm splitting those 5 weeks, right? And anytime I'm splitting or cutting something up, I know that I'm using division, right? So in essence, I'm going to be dividing the $3.20, which is really 3.2. I'm dividing that into each of the 5 weeks. I'm going to divide that by 5. So do we know how to divide? Yes, I'm dividing 320 divided into 5, okay? This would be the same thing as me saying 320, so 3.2 divided by 5, right? Remember, the first number always goes inside. So 3.2, sorry. 3.2 divided by 5. So 3.2 divided by 5, that's what I have over here. Let me change the color so it's a little bit easier to see. So 5 goes into 3 0 times. I'll put the decimal, but it goes into 32 exactly, well, 6 times. 5 times 6 is 30. Subtract 32 minus 30 is 2. Okay, we want an exact answer, so I'm going to bring down the 0. I'm going to add a 0 and bring it down. 5 goes into 20 exactly 4 times. 5 times 4 is 20. My answer is $0.64, which is 64 cents, and that is here. Yep, so my answer is C. Notice how I put it up there in the answer. Good. So notice how I showed my work. Now you don't have to solve it the exact same way. Some of you guys would just put 32 divided by 5 and then you would work it out here. But this is what I'm looking for. And I'm going to do this in red. This is what I'm looking for, showing your work. What did you do? Did you mark the text? Things like that. And don't worry, we'll get enough practice. And now, obviously, I would do the skills. We have 95 plus 368. And we know that we need to line up the place values. Now, because I am adding, it doesn't really matter which goes on top, but I'm going to put 368 on top. Plus, and make sure you line up the place values. The 9 is in the tens and the 5 is in the ones. So 8 plus 5 is 13. 9 plus 6 is 15, plus 1 is 16. And 3 plus 1 is 4. So 463. And so I would write that down here, 463. And that's pretty much it. That's how we do the warm-up. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be doing this together in class. Don't go ahead and do this on your own, okay? We're going to be doing this together in class. I just wanted to show you where it was and kind of prime your understanding, get you ready for what we're going to be doing pretty much every single day, Monday through Thursday, here in our class at the beginning of class, okay? That's pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. And so, yes, I'll see you in class.